Right, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Duskmourn Chronicles. A journey into sadness, depression, betrayal. I mean, these are fun to watch, right?
Yay!
Yes. So doing our recap of what happened last week, again, you should really go and watch it, is number 14. Oh, I think that's someone that hasn't done it before. 14.
Oh, crap. Okay. I don't know. I'm reliably informed that we started with a conversation in a ditch involving a geriatric gentleman and a fresh, bubbly, new, freshly out of the freezer aviary.
Impassioned.
Who was a bit impassioned. There might have been a bit of confession, owning up to some little murder, a little bit of murder. Our friend. I'm not going to recap that shit, man. You're going to have to go and watch that, okay? Because
It was beautiful in its own tragic.
right. I'll take that as read because I don't know. Anyway, so then what happened?
Then Doran turned up from nowhere. Flew
That's
in.
right. Yeah, you just doink, and we nearly shot ourselves, and then there was another issue involving murder
Yeah.
between the cleric and the barbarian. More confessions, more guilt, and then I think we gathered our sorry asses together, all looking at each other askance, going, "I never liked you," and tried to get on with the job.
Pit.
Yes, thank you. So then we went to this pit that was the heart of the forest and the source of all this weird shit that was going on with people with clay jars in their chests and some kind of possession / stealing of souls. And we decided that the best way to deal with this was to smash all the clay jars. We met a very interesting little person whose voice I won't try to do.
It's brilliant.
It was amazing. We love him. He's dead now, but anyway.
That's the motto for the campaign.
Yeah. We love that guy. He's dead
now.
And with a little persuasion from an extremely intimidating barbarian, he gave us the quick route to foiling the entire ritual thing with these jars. At the cost of a few dwarven lives.
They were already dead. We were releasing their souls.
Yeah, they were releasing their souls.
Better to be released than stuck in a jar for eternity.
Right. So wait a minute. And so we did that. Killed a centaur guy for some reason. And
Don't forget Georgie's little conversation and flirt with Captain Charles.
that's true.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
going on there, man.
Alexander has been
Actually moved away.
moved
yes,
away.
potentially rescued.
Protected. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Georgie hasn't told everybody yet.
Right.
That was 1 hour.
Yeah.
Give me a break. So
I'm not talking about your recap.
No, yeah.
no,
I
mean, give me I'm exhausted here, man. I need therapy just from playing D&D. What? Yeah. So somebody else finish this, man, because I can't remember.
You got that.
Good job.
You finished it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Can I go back to sleep now?
And so you find yourselves standing in front of this centaur village, which has closed all of its gates. You have rifled through the corpse of the shaman, and then you all basically headed towards the ditch that you snuck into the forest in the first place. And that's where you find yourselves.
Back to the ditch.
Where we belong. Okay.
Yeah. Doran will look around at everyone. We are in no state to fight anymore. We need to rest. We are on our last legs. I suggest we do that, but what do we do after we rest?
I can't even think anymore. And Godfrey's just literally passing out as he's speaking.
If we rest here, are we going to be in the path of the centaurs coming back, do you think?
They haven't even set the siege yet, as far as we're aware. Things were heating up to get started, but we're not in any situation to help in our current state.
No.
Or immediate danger. I think we can wait here at least 8 hours.
All right.
Spectre. Yes, sir. Tell me, in your plans for invasion, did you ever uncover a secret route back into the city?
Sadly, my master was unable to discover any routes into the city. That's why we were using the dwarves,
Okay.
which you so skillfully thwarted.
Yes, we did do that rather skillfully.
Yes.
Okay, well, that answers question number one. But what do we think? Do we think there's any way back into the city?
I don't
without
know.
being
I don't know.
by the water, maybe?
I would advise against travel by water for a significant period of time, sir.
And why would that be?
My master can be quite persuasive when he puts his mind to it. And let us just say that the merfolk ocean kingdoms might be aligned with my master's objectives.
Oh, crap.
Nautical travel for some time will be disrupted along the dwarven coastlines while my previous master's attempts to control the dwarves continues.
And we just sent the prince by boat.
You don't know any of this.
No, but by the dwarves, by our reckoning.
Oh, sorry. You carry on with that.
Yeah. not that version, but the version that we tried to set in motion, right?
That is true. Droon.
In that case, then I suspect that this young companion of yours is currently fish food, sir.
Damn it!
Well, he's not with Droon.
He's not.
He's with Captain Charles.
What?
Charles.
It really doesn't matter on the captain's ability. The merfolk are quite ruthless in thinking surface level.
You be quiet for a moment. What are you talking about?
You just so you know, you don't have to listen to him.
Yes, you do. Go on.
I thought you two were dead, and God knows what was going to happen to you.
Death.
Death. I had a backup plan. She takes out the ring. I've got this ring. I can contact the captain, and I knew the city was under siege. And I didn't know what would happen to Alexander, and I wanted him in somebody's hands who had promised to protect him.
You gave the prince to Dragonmoor.
Yeah.
This gets better and better.
We are a lovely group of secret keepers. Gottfried, it might be for the best.
I mean, the other option is that he falls into the hands of the people from the Shadowfell.
Well, and you can answer this question now. I'm getting the impression that your master has schemes for every continent in the world. Would that be reasonable?
I am under the impression that my master's master, my previous master's master, had multiple contingency plans to completely dominate the prime material plane, sir.
The prime material plane, not simply this. Wow, it's impressive.
But
I was about to add, sir, that you can at least take some comfort. If Drakenmoor is the land of the vampires, that is one territory in which we have not had any operational successes.
So,
The only place safe.
the only place safe is the land of the vampires? That is a...
They are a
Always.
particularly paranoid individual nation. It is difficult to find any who are willing to betray their current masters.
I think Georgie did the right thing, Gottfried. The boy is
I know it was
unexpectedly safe.
a crazy choice, but I had no other choice, Gottfried, and
believe me, if there is anyone here with a functioning moral compass, I think it's probably you.
just about. I'm gonna call her now. Ring her, I suppose.
Brilliant.
Sorry. I can't stop myself sometimes. And just let her know about the whole merfolk situation. You're saying
Yeah. That's a good
traveling
idea.
by sea minion is bad.
principally around the coast of the dwarves.
All right.
I am uncertain as to whether the entire merfolk nation has been activated across the entire planet.
Okay.
My God.
Captain Charles, are you there?
The image appears. She looks as if she is crouching.
Is this an urgent communication?
It's a warning. Apparently, the merfolk are also in league with Master Falsac, so a heads up, really.
They have sunk every ship in the harbor. There is nothing left. We are currently hiding in an old building on the outskirts of the waterfront.
Right. Maybe we can get to you and help you, but
Are you going to arrive before nightfall?
I don't know. I'll need to talk to everyone.
We will only be able to depart once night has fallen.
Right.
But once it has fallen, we will leave the city immediately.
Okay, where are you exactly? Did you see any other useful landmarks just to help us track you down?
The warehouse that we are in is designated as D5.
Right. We'll see what we can do. If you need anything from me, let me know, and we'll do our best to help you out.
If it gets to the point where we are going to be overrun by sand ores, there is a way that I can ensure that Alexander cannot be turned into a mindless undead.
By turning him into a mindful undead.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I know you like your life this way, but I don't think that's the best route for him.
Considering that he has already pledged his entire existence to saving me, I don't think he would resist.
True, but he's a child.
He's 14? He says he's turning 15 in a couple of days.
He keeps changing his mind whether he's 13 or 14, like every couple of episodes. So,
Touche. Dude was 9 at one
Love
point,
you.
man. Man's got a lot of balls in the air. Give him a break, all right?
Just, he's a child. He's too young to be
You're writing
deciding
down.
to
Writing it
turn it
down
out
now.
his age. But he's too young to be getting married, but I do appreciate your help, and let's hope it doesn't come to that, all right?
You stay safe.
And you.
Stay.
Do they know any secret ways into the city?
I don't think there are any secret ways into the city.
Mm.
But we know where to find them.
I mean, have you ever seen a pantomime where two people dress up as a horse?
We need a better Trojan horse than me and you in a fucking sack that vaguely looks like a horse, man. Not gonna fly.
With his high deception.
The boy is one half of the horse geriatric and the other half. Yeah.
Rightly.
Yeah.
I will be
Your
the
ass wheezing.
What sort of time of day is it, GM?
Unfortunately, it's about 10 a.m. on a very sunny day.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If we can get to them by nightfall, we can
If
can
you
join
don't have a
forces.
long rest, you will all suffer a level of fatigue.
We need to
You've been going
rest.
for more than 24 hours now without an actual long rest or even a short rest.
Yeah.
Is there anything else while we rest that we need to ask the Spectre? Although,
Will he not be here when we wake up?
although I'm willing to trek back and dismantle the bodies so that we can revive him later.
Good idea.
Would you like that, minion?
Of course he would. Look at him. You're ecstatic at the prospect, no?
As Master says, I am ecstatic.
Ask him
From the
about
He
horse's
didn't
mouth.
say
if you will.
ecstatic. He said ecstatic. That's mean. Sorry. I'm not
Ask
going
him
to
about
be
his-
this guy. I like him.
Ask him about his former master's master, Shidoth.
Answer all their questions.
So the master of your former master, Shidoth, he exists in the shadowfell, or does he have a...
He's a
corporeal-
god, sir.
He is a god.
Yes.
How is it possible that we would have met a person in the material plane called Shidoth? Is that coincidental? Does he have agents on the material plane? Avatars?
There are plenty of agents currently operating on this plane, sir. That is an absolute fact, yes. With regards to why someone would identify themselves as that particular name, which may not be mentioned, I do not know. It could be a rogue operative. It could be someone who is attempting to gain favor or perhaps even invoke the power of our great master. But
You said that you recognized the name Belkor Sum.
yes, I
As
have
a-
heard my master mention it. My previous master mentioned it once before.
So you wouldn't know what Belkor Sum would look like.
I believe he is a Sajeti elf, sir.
Jetty elf,
Yes.
not a drow.
Perhaps he could be a drowser. The elves all look fairly similar on this plane.
This one, the elf I'm thinking of, had very dark skin, purplish black.
No, sir. I would recognize one of those. That sounds like a KL.
That sounds like a KL.
You are aware of the KL.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you know of them.
They are a pathetic band of individual tribes scattered across the home plane, and they resist the Grey One.
They resist the Grey One.
Yes, it's a futile gesture, and they are slowly being stamped out, primarily through a process of mutating their ability to breed.
Oh my god. If I were to speak of a rod or a wand that can send messages back through time, would it ring a little bell in your head? Such as it is.
Not that I'm aware of, sir. However, there are methods of communicating with the home plane.
And do you know where all of these might be located?
Fasak has one.
We still have the orb, don't we? The transport
No,
to
give it back to the
You gave it back.
I think we returned it to the elf.
Did we?
Well,
I thought
we certainly weren't going to let you have it.
I thought we just chucked it in my sack and moved on before they could take it.
I
Okay.
I have to go back and review that. I was going to show him it and ask him about it, but
oh,
I don't remember who has it.
I don't have it.
We can check the records.
Are you talking about having access to the Shadowfell somehow? Don't worry, Avery. I think I know how to access the Shadowfell.
You sealed one of the portals, sir.
I also opened one.
Very good, sir.
You opened a portal.
I believe that's where the beast came from, Georgie.
Oh, of course.
You described Shadow as a god.
There is no other way to describe him, sir.
That's interesting. Gottfried is going to start into a theological conversation with this dude. With
It's
the
very
aim of
short.
Is it good?
Because he,
Mercifully. Yeah.
Well, there's not much for him to say other than he's a god and that he's all powerful.
Okay.
But he knows nothing of the lore or the. There are obviously legends, but he's not familiar with those.
There are what?
Legends.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you know where Shidoth came from, and but mostly it's just he's an all-powerful god who deserves to rule the entire universe.
Because he's
and-
great, he's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh dear. You know, if he is pulling the crossbow trigger on all these different continents, and he has agents everywhere, sleeper agents in various nations. I don't know, I think the only practical chance we have, this little group of dysfunctional creatures that we are, we're not going to solve the situation now, unless, again, it is my speculation that all of this is something that was planned in the future and sent back to the past, you know, to find that rod and break it.
Spectre,
Yes, master.
what was your name before we killed you?
Before you slew me, sir, in glorious combat.
Such a
Wasn't
brown
so
nose.
glorious.
No. As he says.
My name was Ka, sir.
Ka.
Yes.
What, K.A.?
Yes, sir. Unless you would prefer my original true name.
Which was?
Ka Sa'ak.
You were indigenous to the shadowfell.
Yes, sir.
And what was your species?
I'm not entirely sure I follow you. But if you mean the name that we gave to ourselves?
Yeah, that will do.
Vok, sir.
Ah, of course. You're one of the Vok. Good.
Yes, sir.
Do you know someone called Mark? It's like, you're from that country. You know this
Not
guy,
all
right?
Vox know each other.
I'm afraid I do not, sir. Although Mark is more of a title than a specific name. A captain of a guard would be known as a Mark.
I see. That's very useful. Can you keep this guy around? He's handy.
Well, his ghost's going bye-bye, but I'm going to keep his parts in a bag.
That's
Literally.
Very considerate of you, sir.
Oh, I have lost the ability to commune with the dead, I'm afraid.
Yes, you're in an interesting situation.
I'm in a state of transition,
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
As for continuing on, I don't know if I can move at all at this point. Without
We're resting currently. I'm going to pop off for a mere half hour just to trek back. Ka, I will
sir.
call you Ka out of kindness.
Very kind, sir.
Is there any way to summon your direct master to you before we slew you? Do you have any direct... Obviously, he was telepathically connected to you, but on your body, or do you know of any way we could deceive him into coming to us?
Or even hone in on his precise location.
I can find.
But the bringing of him to us...
It's highly unlikely that he will currently abandon his position on the siege. He will be aware that you have destroyed the jars and the portal back to the Shadowfell. This will have caused him some discomfort. But I do not suspect it would be sufficient enough for him to return. The jars were merely an easy way to take Eric's bar. There are alternatives.
Expand.
The centaurs are about to construct, and by now, he says, looking at the sun, should be perhaps halfway through, a significantly sized trebuchet, sir. It's at that point that my old master will then reveal the secret to his plan of how these equine warriors will actually take a dwarvish city, sir.
You suspect it is through the use of these trebuchets?
I do not suspect, sir. I know. My master will convert the centaurs into an undead army and then fire them over the walls of the dwarvish city.
Of course he will.
It's the most efficient way. Centaurs cannot climb ladders or stairs very easily. This makes them very, very useless at taking cities. Hence the reason why they haven't taken them back from the dwarves. No offense. It's not because of the dwarves' military capability.
Also can't fit in the houses.
Yeah,
That's another significant issue. However, once they are bones, then they have a significant advantage.
And how do they plan on fitting in the buildings once they're over the walls?
My master's particular power is once the centaurs have taken the main gates and opened them, my master will enter and convert the dwarves into undead themselves. thereby turning the entire city against itself. It's much more efficient than having to actually pay soldiers.
I take it the centaurs aren't aware that they're about to be converted into an army of dead.
I'm not privy to my old master's means of communication with the centaurs, but I strongly suspect he did not inform them of this particular part of the plan.
Do you think if we rested and then went back to the village and told them?
We could potentially convince some of the elders or the women to ride and warn their brethren, if that's what you mean.
To be perfectly honest with you, sir, I doubt that would succeed. My master has been in amongst the centaur community for nearly 1.5 years, building trust and gaining enough support to raise an army of this magnitude. Erich Bar is just the beginning. Once that city has fallen, my master will turn his attention to the east and continue onwards until eventually he arrives at the Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
I think we should consider this town, Erich Bar, a lost cause, and do what we can to find the prince and move to the next dwarven city to apprise through the situation.
I'm also afraid if we rest here for 8 hours, put us at 6 p.m., which is around dusk time, and we are 20 miles.
It's about 10 a.m. now.
10 a.m. We rest for 8 hours.
Yeah.
It'll be 6 p.m.
Oh yeah, maths.
And we have 20 miles to get to the city. So we are not going to be able to get to Charles on time. As little as I like this outcome, Gottfried, I think you're right. There's nothing we can do against not just an army of centaurs, but an undead army of centaurs and an army of undead dwarves. I think our best bet might be to strike east towards the Tri-Cities and warn them, get word to them. And trust in Charles. Trust in Charles. The boy, if he manages to escape to Drakenmoor, at least he'll be safe. I don't know what 4 of us will do on a ship.
Is Charles planning on taking him out by a ship?
There are no ships. They've been sunk by the merfolk.
Well, then, if Charles has to escape the city anyway, maybe they can meet us.
Head east.
Yeah, a rendezvous of some kind.
Or we can offer what aid we can on this end.
What aid can... Well, I mean, perhaps we can recruit a centaur to carry me, because otherwise I'm not going anywhere.
If I rest, I can fly. For even an hour, I could regain enough stamina.
Do you want to bring out the big map?
Oh, well, that's okay.
I have plenty of stamina now.
I'm not interested in the cities right now. I'm interested in the path, because if we head due east now, we will cut under the mountains and we'll go across where I presume the drow entrances to the drow lands are. Is that correct, Guy?
Yeah, but those were all sealed, to be clear.
Okay. It would involve of course, when we rest, I can start sending some messages out to people to warn them in advance. Maybe get some counsel from the Dust Warden on things that have happened.
I can send the ghost at least.
Gottfried says...
Passes gone.
Yeah,
He's gone.
In a ditch.
I will spend 10 minutes to cast my Doran's Tiny Temple and drag Gottfried in. By the beard.
I don't have a beard. A tash.
A tash. It's ridiculous. That's right. Okay, by the tash.
So, what, I should get in contact with Charles and say, head east?
Maybe appraise of our plan that we plan to head towards the Dwarven capital, the Tri-Cities.
Right, okay.
If that is a safer path for the boy, then we can meet up. But honestly, I think at this point, if Charles can take the boy to safety, that's the priority.
I mean, one of her ideas for safety is turning him into a being like herself.
The boy will be alive.
All right. Charles! Sorry, it's me again.
No response.
Oh, fuck.
The customer you are calling, isn't it?
That's fair, I think I've been overdoing it.
Car, sorry, I need to get used to calling you by your name rather than just Minion.
Minion is absolutely acceptable, sir. I will respond to almost any call.
That is no dignity.
All right, good to know. I'm sending you into the city.
That is what you wish?
Once we get there, we'll travel together, but I want him to find Charles and make sure he can at least watch what's happening if we lose communication with her. Maybe lend aid. Maybe even try and get the spectre to find my beloved
Bentine.
Bentine. And give her a warning.
Might be too late.
Might be too late, but at least she could escape with Charles.
My previous master did have significant...
You struggle with that, don't you?
I have served him for over 4 centuries, sir. It will take some time, I apologize, but I will berate myself sufficiently later.
Mea culpa.
You wish for me to travel to the city, sir?
Are we moving closer to the city first?
It is 20 miles distant. It will take me some time to get there, sir.
Well, let us rest first and travel in that direction and see if we can rendezvous with and keep trying to communicate with Charles.
Yeah.
That's the plan for now. Once we've had an hour.
Yeah, can we have a bit of map planning, Guy? Can we figure out where we're going to go if we're going to head east?
Yeah, I have a giant map for you.
Yeah, should I put the giant map out for a second?
Yeah.
Bring out the giant map.
I love this.
But you're sleeping.
I'm asleep. Yeah. I mean, you can wake me if you want, but
Do you know you can trust this
Oh, yeah.
thing to be your...
For the next, until we finish, until we have a long break and we've slept. Because I realise I need to sleep now.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm no longer bound by this.
I don't know if the camera's picking up the lower part of the map where we are. So we are, I assume, here.
Yeah.
Is this right? In the
No,
center?
northern. Well, yes, that's where you can't. No, that's 200 miles south. You are literally there. Yeah.
Around here, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
we were down here.
No,
okay.
no. It's 1,000 miles of forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, this is the town being
Besieged.
besieged. So we could technically cut across and pick up on the road here.
Yep.
Right, which would go north of the mountains through the Tungin Wood,
Yes.
through this area, through our hometown, Georgie, of course, through to the Tri-Cities, which are down here.
Correct.
Right,
What is the plan?
That is the fastest route that you can take.
along the road, even though it's undulating.
Yes, well, the alternative, unfortunately, is that you head further south. You go through the bogs and the swamps, and then you go through the strip mines, and then you have a second mountain range to cross before you get there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't see it coming.
No,
It would take far too long.
one does not simply walk into the.
no.
And what? Sorry, the Tri-Cities. What's
These are
that?
the dwarven clans, right? They are the capital three major clans of the dwarven lands. It's a it seems like the eye of the enemy is on the dwarven lands right now,
Well, I mean, and Howdenly,
and everywhere else.
and there's
But that's
we don't
what-
even know. There's other plots happening consecutively in
Yeah.
their spirit.
Very, very, very astute of you, sir.
I like to think
So as we're kind of trapped in the dwarven lands right now because of the merfolk patrolling the of course we could try and escape we would need a ship, but we need to get to a town to be able to escape. Like Hordach is over here, it's a major town, I assume.
And you're saying, Spirit, that all along the Dwarven coast, and the
Including the southern reaches, sir. The idea is to completely exterminate the dwarves. I mean, to be fair, the idea is to completely exterminate all of the species on the prime material plane. But the dwarves are problematic.
And why do you consider the dwarves problematic? I mean,
Reach, sir.
reach.
Yes. The gnomes have also been earmarked as a species that should never have existed. Anything that doesn't grow above 4 feet has very little purpose.
wow.
The Aesthetics are also earmarked for complete destruction. They don't have legs.
Who?
The Aesthetics, sir.
Oh, the snake people. Sorry?
Let's make him say that like 6 or 7 times.
The snake folk, sir.
This snake folk.
Spirit, you amuse me with this pronunciation. Say it 5 times in a row.
Aesthetics, 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 and Aesthetics.
Thank you.
Was that sufficient, sir?
For now, yes.
Oh,
Shall I continue, sir?
For now, have a rest.
Very good, sir.
Yeah, she says slippery.
Yeah.
My other point here is that, so if we make, I would imagine that the stronghold would be in the 3 cities. It's also directionally towards Drakenmoor. So
Yeah.
it
makes sense to meet up on the way. When I can get in contact with her, I'll let her know which direction we need to go to meet together.
I'm certainly not privy to the plans of the other areas, sir. All I know is that our objective is to take the 3 cities within the next 3 years. It is expected to be a very long campaign, sir.
1 city per year.
Yes.
Kind of above table. What's the scale here of the square?
200 miles.
Oy.
That's a road trip.
We need to rest. We need to start warning people and hope that they will listen to us.
Why don't you just fireball this area?
Yeah, that gets you at a higher level. A significantly higher level. Yeah.
Okay, shall I unwrap, roll up?
So where are you going to tell her to meet you? Any of the little white towns I can give you the names of en route.
Well,
So from Erech Bar, the 200 miles to the south is a little coastal town.
are we not just going to camp outside the city and get her to meet us?
I think we need to be moving away from the city. It's a
we'll-
war zone.
We'll leave we'll just have to be trusting in.
Yes.
I mean, there are obviously little villages and hamlets interspersed sort of every 10 to 15 miles on the pathway. But the little white squares represent towns of a population of 1,000 plus.
Shall we aim for that town south of Erech Bar?
Yeah.
Shredded. Wait, no, forgot
Southwest.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southeast.
Southeast. Yeah. Brain.
All right, so
do the
you're
same thing
aiming
every
for
time.
Ah, yes, that's useful.
All right, let me roll this up.
There's only milk on that one.
It's true.
I want that map so badly. I'm going to steal that from you. I'm going to steal that from you.
What's that?
Nick it from taking
Okay. All right, let's rest.
Okay.
Catch up with Gottfried in his world of dreams.
So annoying. Still clutching the book.
Car, what are in a compliant state of mind?
Leave the old man alone.
Yes, sir.
I would have you swear an undying oath and beyond to me.
Unfortunately, sir, I'm already dead.
An undead oath to me, then, if you will. That you will serve me in whatever capacity, regardless of how I summon you.
I believe that would probably be the requirements of the summoning spell, sir.
Yes, but that's why
But if it makes you happy, I will serve you in perpetuity, sir.
I just want to make sure that carries on if I were to find a way to speak with dead.
I see, sir.
You wouldn't necessarily be bound to serve in such a willing capacity as you are now. I find this state of your mental capacities to be most agreeable. I'd like that to carry on.
I understand, sir. However, this is a compulsion of the spell that you use. I strongly suspect, sir, that if I had my own way, I would currently be working out how to liquefy your organs.
That's fair.
I'll have the DM explaining the rules in character. That's
That's why I thought maybe we could barter.
But I am not in my own frame of mind, sir.
No,
I'm under compulsion.
damn you.
Yeah.
Damn your rationality.
I do apologize, sir, but I was studying under my master to become an all-powerful necromancer.
Yeah.
We had such high hopes.
I did.
It's magically induced brown nosing, unfortunately.
Yes, sir.
Fine. I will still endeavour to bring you back to carry on our conversations, even if the nature of them changes.
Very good, sir.
The dangers of online friends. Not a replacement for a real friendship, okay, kids?
You're going to get catfished by a fucking weird spectre.
It's just going to be a talking head from here on.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot less
Blade Runner,
friendly.
wasn't it? This type of, yeah, okay.
All right, so...
I'm going to take the spectre with me while these guys are resting,
Okay.
because we'll just need it if you're happy with just an extra hour on our long rest. so I can go and disseminate.
Well, you need to rest 8 hours now.
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah,
if
you're
you allow
starting
me
to feel
the-
things that you haven't felt for a very long time.
If you allow me the extra hour just to travel there and back to get the body, because we moved on, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did. I mean,
So if you're happy to rest for 9 hours while I do this,
if it floats your boat, Avery.
floats my ghost. Spectre with me.
Very good, sir.
We march back to Carl's body.
There, I would caution you, sir. 4 individuals approaching the elders would be enough to startle them into hiding behind their barricades. But you slew their shaman, a person of particular importance. If you return on your own, the elders may take it into their heads to try and get some retribution.
I can be very sneaky.
Very good, sir.
Oh, wait, it's middle of the morning, though, isn't it?
And it's a big
Half
open
mile
area.
clearing.
I think we might have to say goodbye to your good friend Car here.
I tell you what, if you're willing to leave it an extra 2 hours, 1 hour for me to just have a sandwich and a little break, then I can go invisible. I can steal the body, and then we move on.
Haven't we got all the information we need from him now?
Can you get him to steal his own body parts? Bring them to you.
That's a fair point.
That's not bad.
Can the spectre actually interact
Yeah.
with real objects?
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
he's
He's incorporeal, but he can attack corporeal creatures. But then again, that's not
That's
a
an incorporeal.
physical.
Yeah, he's
incorporeal
not-
movement, but it doesn't say about anything else.
Does it count as incorporeal?
Medium undead chaotic evil. It doesn't.
It'll say somewhere in there, Spectre. Yeah, he's incorporeal.
I
So
think he's incorporeal.
Mm.
I would say he's incorporeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want him to suck out more life from his lifeless
yeah.
corpse.
But he needs to do a Casper the Ghost. You know, when Casper the Ghost could float through walls and then pick shit
Right,
up. Yeah,
right,
that's what he needs to be.
right.
Yeah.
He can't remove his own head for me.
No.
Put it in a sack.
Pity.
Fine. We will lay you to rest.
In which case, sir, all I can say is I sincerely look forward to seeing you again.
Well, my list will not be comical. It'll be fucking threatening. Fuckers will regret all this shit.
Okay.
All right. So you have your long rest.
Yeah.
Ooh la la. You didn't take any damage, did you?
Okay.
Oh, I did, actually. No, I did. How much but I did, yeah.
Long resty time.
Right.
Well, we get back my
All
bolstering magic. That's nice. Well, if we make it through.
I'll be doing... Oh, we're in your hut, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But I think Georgie will
Temple.
kind of... We're sleeping during the day, and
yeah.
I think she will kind of try and keep an eye out at times.
In that case, you will see the face on Godfrey's spellbook, which is already looking a little... turn into the screen, essentially.
Wow.
Edward Munch, yeah.
Yeah. So there's this long, harrowed, silently screaming mouth, 2 black eyes of despair. Something like that. Something like that.
I think
Necronomicon.
Georgie will-
Ex mortal.
groggily think to the book like, me too, buddy. Me too.
What you doing as you wake up in the evening? The weather has stopped.
Weather done.
That'll be the work of our... Nice one.
There we go. The weather has just stopped. It's no longer weather.
There's no language.
Oh, there is a storm brewing on the horizon.
Christ.
That's right.
Pathetic fallacy, right?
Storm brewing in the party.
I think Georgie's going to wake up and straight away go to try and contact Charles through the ring. Captain Charles,
No response.
can't get through to her.
We have made a decision.
Can you contact her? We need to let them know where to meet us.
I just got my slots back.
I will cast Ascending to Charles,
Uh-huh.
and I will say, please update. Is the boy safe? We head east towards
Gris Dune.
Gris Dune. Meet us there? ?
All right. The response you get back. I've got to check up something because I'm going to get shouted at by the fans. If I don't, I'm actually using a book here because I felt like going old school. You know?
Yeah.
It's a good thing you printed this off, guy, because apparently spectres knew all the language they knew in life but can't speak.
They can't speak. Sod that.
Fuck.
He was a necromancer. That's why he had special powers.
Yeah.
Oh, I've also worked out, by the way, while I'm looking up this thing, why the prince's age keeps changing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hormones.
Absolutely. No. He's got plenty of those. No. He's 14 years old in human counting. He's only 9 by dwarf reckoning, and he's 13 by gnomish counting. Yeah.
It all makes
makes
sense.
Absolutely. All right, so
Love it.
That's what we call confabulation.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Dorian,
Confabulated.
recalculate your age.
Yeah.
It can't. But it doesn't say anything. Okay, no, you get the response back. They'll see you there. Alexander injured. 3 days. That's what you get back.
Okay. We have 3 days to get 200 miles. We'd better start moving.
Yeah.
Can we have some breakfast, perhaps?
You can, under normal circumstances, move at walking speed 40 miles a day over open country.
Okay.
So that would put you 120. You'd be 80 short.
Can we push it?
You can try.
Try and find some horses or something. Although I don't feel the same way about horses as I used to.
Normal walking, however, can we run?
You can try.
200 miles?
I can't run 200 miles. I can run
So
200
you
feet.
can try and push. The implications of pushing are
Exhaustion.
correct, if you fail. So is that your plan? You are going to head cross country and trying to get to Grace Dune as fast as you possibly can.
If we
Have
encounter...
we got any other options? You lot have magic and stuff.
I can fly some part of the way for an hour or so just to take the weight off my legs. And
With a break every hour, I can also fly.
How long can you fly for?
An hour. An hour, then an hour's break, and then an hour and an hour's break. It doesn't
Your
make
flight speed is your movement speed, right?
I think it's slightly faster, isn't it?
Or is it 60
it's
feet?
40 or
six-
something.
I think it's 60.
Wasn't it?
We'll see. Spells.
Spells. Because basically the map conversion is if you move at 40 feet around, you move at 4 miles an hour. If you move at 60 feet around, you move at 6 miles.
60 feet, yeah.
I mean, we can also... We're moving across what I suppose is farming land as well.
It is. That's why you can't... If you're running,
Yeah.
you would say, okay, well, I can actually do 8 miles an hour. Sure, but you're doing cross-country running where there is no path. You are literally running through bramble. Yeah. And since you don't have an Aragon or a, montage of running, which is what we're about to do. It could be a montage of running and then relaxing and then someone waving a handkerchief in front of Godfrey who's bright red. He's failed.
Please, shooting paint.
Quickly, call someone.
Yeah.
All right.
My hope would be there might be some mountain goats or some animals we could sequester on the way.
All right, beautiful. So, cut to an image of the map of Braxia. And our party desperately half transparent running and pushing and helping each other up and over a little stream and a brook and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so what we're doing is a movement challenge. So I will ask for skills, very much like a skill challenge. And every time that you succeed, you gain distance. Every time that you fail, you don't lose distance in this case. you simply make the normal movement that you would do, but you start to gain issues like fatigue, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. All right. So kicking us off, let's start with a simple one, and that would be survival. Someone needs to make a survival check. If you
I have
please.
+4.
Now, you do have the option. I don't think I've done this with you guys before. You do have the option of, and I'm just going to write this down so there's no confusion, right? You have the option of pushing. You have the option of relaxing. Okay? So to relax, you get -2 from the DC, but you get -5 miles. Right? In terms of your movement. You can push, which is +2 DC, but then you get +5 miles. All right. And then you can really push. And that gets you +10.
How's that coin?
Coins are here. Coins are in the middle.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Or you just do your normal movement speed, which sits you right
Haven't used
squarely
it.
in the middle.
So it must be
Every now and again, I
I've
might
got so
pop
much
an
more paper
expeditions
now.
retreat just to allow me really to keep up with
To
the
keep up
youngsters.
with them. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I like that.
And
Okay.
I fly every now and again too.
Yes, just to keep going. Keep track of your spells.
Oh god, yeah. I've got
All right. Survival's
I
up
would
first.
assume that the first level spells will be blown over the course of the day, the expeditions retreats.
Yes,
and
most likely.
but I'll only blow 2 third level slots for the flight.
Right.
Keep 1.
Let me
Makes
know
sense,
if you need me
basically.
to bolster your magic at any point.
Oh,
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Okay. Well, let's see how far we get on
Yeah.
day
Yeah.
1.
So I have +4 to survival. Anyone has any better?
Nope.
Yeah.
So I guess I will push a little bit just to see how this goes.
+2.
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
Ooh. Ooh. Very nice. 21.
No.
Running away from our problems.
+5 miles. So your normal speed is
25.
Oh, you're only making 5 miles an hour. Okay, cool. All right, so now you have made what's that? +2, right?
Yeah.
+5.
That's fine.
So you've made 10 miles into your one, and this is hour number 1 into your journey for day 1.
Okay.
That is survival. Next up, nature.
Oh, I'm not bad at that. +5.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what are you doing? Your base speed is 5 miles per hour thanks to the dwarf.
The little guy, huh? What am I doing?
Are you pushing?
Oh, I see,
Extreme
sorry.
pushing, relaxing. If you relax, you move 0.
I don't think I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just push the to the +2
+2.
situation.
Okay.
Yeah. That's 17.
17. You are tired, but you managed to make an additional 10 miles.
Nice.
Very
You're
nice.
I'm tall for a dwarf. We've established that, right?
This is true.
Okay. Now, you have the opportunity to gather some ponies.
Ooh.
Beg, borrow, or
yes.
steal. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. These are wild ponies that you see grazing. This requires an animal handling check from either of the two of you.
Yeah, that's better than.
1.
Yeah. Sure.
Imagine they're sheep.
Yeah.
These modifiers don't apply because you can, well, either you can apply these modifiers and you ignore the ponies
Oh, yeah.
and you gain 10 miles or however many it is, or you spend an hour trying to gather these ponies, and if you succeed, you get them. If you fail, you don't get them.
Hey, George.
It's worth
I
the
think
try.
it's worth the risk.
Does it help that I've got a sack full of oats?
It does. It gives you
It
advantage.
yes. We're gonna get out the oats. Georgie's
Well
gonna
played.
get into,
We're going to cover Georgie with the oats.
she's going back to her shepherdess days. She
Oh,
loves
yes.
animals. She's got the
She
good
does.
vibes. She's gonna see. That is a 22.
Oh, success. Beautiful. All right.
Ponies.
Yeah.
So now with your
Nice
ponies, your ponies have managed to increase your speed to a wonderful, and I'm just going to write it down here. You are now doing 10 miles an hour.
At least we've got feed for
a good while.
Yeah.
And you would feed, yes,
The
absolutely.
idea is we're going to upgrade them eventually to a Bugatti Veyron. trade up all the way.
All right, that means from our new warlock, I need you to give me a perception check as you are now trying to lead these ponies on the best possible journey you can. Once again, here you do now have the opportunity of pushing or not.
Do I call it? I call it beforehand, right?
Yep.
I don't see a benefit in pushing. I'm scared.
What have we got plus-wise?
+4.
Up to you, man.
You also have 4 rerolls.
This is true. We haven't used any yet, man.
I'll moderately push it. With
All
a
right.
+2.
Go for it.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh,
Lovely.
Why were you afraid?
like a professional guide, 15 miles in. Good heavens, you
Doing
made
well.
35 miles in just under 4 hours. That's not
Wow.
That's not
Why
bad.
didn't we do this with the centaurs?
bad. Yeah.
Different campaign, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well,
They got very upset when I sat on one.
yeah.
And we were carrying a lot of emotional baggage.
Oh, dad joke.
I apologise profusely.
Okay.
No.
Right. You now have the opportunity. You now have the opportunity because we have another 4 hours to go of daylight. Well, daylight's the wrong word. The storm is raging behind you, and you're kind of keeping right at the front of it. But every now and again, there's sort of spray of rain, and you're hering this thunder in the
That
background
is a
rolling
great
around.
image. Just riding these wild ponies, the storm behind us. Oh, yeah.
Go free the side saddle. Good lights there, it touches my dress.
After 2 hours, like, oh, my ash.
You'll walk like John Wayne when you get off, having ridden for 4 hours straight. So you have the option now of simply declaring that you are going to wash, rinse, and repeat, and then you will make an additional 35 miles. No rolls required. There is, however, a risk that comes with that. Is that your progress, because you are not now kind of actively directing it, there is a risk that you might run into something that may or may not be out here.
Maybe we
Risk. Push
Take
it.
the risk.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah, we got it.
All right.
On to a good thing here.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
70 miles in one day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So day 1, 70 miles. Not bad at all. The ponies were a
So
great
there's
thing.
No necessity
Whilst,
no necessity for spell slots used now because I'm on a pony, right? I'm not going to be flying or expedition.
yes, correct.
Okay,
Correct.
good.
Correct. So now,
Encounter table.
possibly.
I'm up for it.
Is that flat?
Yeah,
Close.
close.
I'm gonna. Okay.
That's flat.
That's flat. Great. As you are riding on your ponies, which, thanks to your animal handling, you realize they probably weren't wild ponies. They were probably someone's ponies. He let them out to graze. As you are riding, you realize that there are actually centaur patrols out here. You haven't encountered any by just sheer luck and the fact that you're kind of not on the main roads. But every now and again, you get to the top of a little hill, and as the wind of the storm behind you is pulling at your hair, you can see the main road running along the coastline, and you can see these centaur groups moving up and down it. They are preventing anybody from getting to Erechbar, or if there is anyone who managed to escape, from getting out of Erechbar.
That's wild.
But that is the end of day 1. How are you spending your evening? The ponies cannot fit into your hut,
My tiny temple.
your tiny temple. Yes.
I think we're going to need to take watches to protect the ponies.
You don't. The scouts are only actively patrolling this area. I wish we had kept the map open so I could have a reference to how far we've travelled. But are
You're
we
not
nearly
even out of the first square yet?
No.
No.
Presumably, once we get a little bit further, we'll stop encountering these scouts.
They seem to be along the main roads, Avery, that we could tell as we were traveling. So if we stayed at the countryside, we might still avoid them.
And under the cover of darkness, do you not think we'd have a better chance of evading them?
Push on through the night.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to push our horses further than we should. If we want to keep moving at this pace, we do need to rest.
We made good time today. Maybe we rest and push on again with fresh eyes and fresh legs tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's try and camp somewhere as off the beaten track as we possibly can, trying to avoid finding ourselves in the centre's
We
patrols.
want to find the best possible hiding place.
So we spend a good amount of time
we will need
looking.
to push the horses possibly towards the end of our journey, so to keep them as fresh as possible.
All right.
Until we must push them. Yeah.
Whomever is looking for a suitable campsite, you may make a survival roll. This will be a combined survival roll. The higher the combined value, the better your campsite is.
So all of us
That's what we're all on.
Yeah.
So everyone's sort of going, what about down there? No, that's flooded plain.
Godfrey's looking for a
about
Starbucks
here?
and it's like, there's a seat. There's no chairs.
15?
15 plus?
15.
30?
15.
45.
7.
Okay, well, you're
Right.
above 50. So you do manage to find this wonderfully sheltered little, like a divot that's been cut into the side of a hill. And at the bottom of it is this beautiful, clear, flowing stream. So you can only be approached from around the edges of the hill or from directly across the stream. But the stream, it's got pebbles and rocks in it, so it's not an easy crossing. But the divot is big enough for the ponies and for yourselves to set up a small camp. Quite sheltered from anybody who's not in the ravine that this river is cutting through. Who has food?
I have a supply of flapjacks because I did it when we did our shop
Yes.
off camera in the morning. I had got all the ingredients, so I can restock that.
Okay, how many do you make?
I'm gonna make like a batch of.
Well, how
20.
many can you make is my question.
Oh, with what I bought
Yes.
And all the oats.
and all the oats.
Porridge. Well, the oats are
We'll
currently
make them
being
for-
nommed on by the
Yeah,
ponies.
yeah. Give the
Pony.
I reckon I can like make from what I bought. I was kind of intending to make like good 20 like slabs of.
All right.
So
All right. That will feed you
Fine.
for this evening.
yeah.
20 slabs, yeah.
Food, does it
Oh, yeah.
normally taste this way?
Been a long time since you've eaten.
I thought everything tasted like ash. This is fantastic.
Are you going to make some tea?
Falling back into old habits.
Yeah, sorry. Force of habit.
I don't see why not.
You have tea.
I would have had tea, yes. Someone keeps asking for tea. There's
Okay.
no way we could have left home without tea.
You have a pouch of sad tea.
Yeah. Interestingly, rummaged through the bag. These 3 oranges I have left, are they in any edible state?
Yes, there's no oxygen in a bag of holding, so they haven't decayed.
Keep them in there for emergencies?
I'll keep them. Not
They
many
do
left.
look incredibly juicy after a whole day's
Yeah,
worth
yeah.
of riding.
I'm going to split one between all of us now.
Thank
A little treat.
A couple of seconds, yeah.
There you go. Down to 2 oranges.
Is there time for a bit of foraging as well, just to like supplement the?
You suspect the storm is going to hit in about half an hour.
Okay.
You want to go foraging?
George will do a bit of foraging.
Fantastic. Looking for mushrooms, that sort of thing?
and that sort of thing. Yeah, she used
Okay.
to partake in some mushrooms with one of her mentors. So
Lovely. Roll a survival check for me,
Alrighty.
please.
that is a 10.
A 10. Roll a d10 for me, please.
Death cap.
The mushroom finds you. Wait, what? Yep.
Yeah. I kept
Like it is.
picking up 0 or a 10.
Or 10.
As that would also be.
All right, on a 10, you find enough foraging food to generate a meal for all 4 of you.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I
So you can store
will
that away.
store the flap. Or what would you prefer? Well, no, you've had flapjack. We'll have
Yeah.
flapjack. Store away. We've got food for tomorrow.
Lovely.
Chef's
Okay.
eating.
The storm hits. Yes.
I just wanted to ask Godfrey to identify these shaman.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Yes.
yes, yes,
Yes.
Wow, I'm-
Absolutely.
Godfrey, can I
Forage.
ask you to take a look at these bones
Of
that I
course.
picked up from the shaman.
Identify as a ritual.
Yes, so there is a necklace of teeth, which you suspect are the teeth of possibly dwarves.
Oopsie.
Yeah, they look like molars. Maybe they come from some herbivorous animal, but
It's one teeth. Yeah.
could be dwarvish teeth. However, it is an amulet of protection and will grant whoever wears it a +1 to their armor class.
Ooh la la.
But it is dwarvish teeth.
I wouldn't have issues with that.
I wouldn't have issues with it either.
Godfrey's like, this suits my attire, what are you saying?
Little extra color.
Yeah.
I'd tell everyone then. I don't know who wants this.
Georgie, you should have it.
Probably true.
Sure, arrives back.
Yeah. Do you want some teeth? I mean, this is this would protect you in combat and make you harder to be wounded. Yeah? The teeth are well, I don't know what the teeth are.
I don't mean to be selfish, but you already, when people hit you, you don't seem to mind so much.
No.
When people hit me, I think I'm going to start caring.
Oh, now
Then
you
you
can
be self-
experience
I would-
pain.
If that's full of dwarven teeth, I'd keep it well hidden considering where we are.
Is that agreeable with everyone?
I just take it out of my sight.
I'll wear it under my shirt.
This is a good idea.
If that's amenable to you.
Oh yeah, you do. You're alive now.
And actually, when we have a chance to replace my armor, I can actually. I'm a bit stronger now. I can wear something more substantial. I can give you the this elven mail. It will protect you.
I can't wear armor.
You don't
this
need
is
to.
The elven
Yeah,
stuff.
it requires no.
Okay. Hilarious fucking scene where Godfrey tries to put on where is the sleep? And he's lost inside the thing and you can just see his nose pointing. I can't find the neck bit. What is that?
It will be like I'm dressing you most.
Fair point.
But you didn't have it yet. He needs new armor first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yes. You can only identify one thing at a time, or is it multiple things?
Oh, I can keep asking the ritual as long as we're around.
Oh, well, you're in camp, so yes, you can. Very well. In that case, then, the shaman also had, and this was just part of what you were grabbing, a torque.
Oh, nice, yeah.
That's the bracelet that is not completely closed.
Yeah.
It could be a bracelet, it could be a necklace. Again, you think this is possibly made for a dwarf, and he was wearing it on his hind thigh, I guess, his flank. And the torque, well, the torque allows you to regain 3 hit points a round to a maximum of 10 hit points a day. Okay. So 3, 3, 3, and then that's it. So, well, it's 9, I suppose, not 10.
I'd be fine that.
Yeah.
To keep the healer up, you know, because you're not really a healer. Okay, give it to.
Well, I mean, I've got I'm fairly sturdy, Godfrey. I think my god protects me for now. So let's give it to the squishy human who has joined our ranks.
Oh,
I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Why not?
I don't have any issue with it. I don't have a need for it. What about your frail little old man?
Well, I'm rarely if I'm in hand-to-hand combat, I'm already in trouble, you know. I'll just get out of there, so
give it to Georgina then.
Yeah.
If she would wear it.
Yeah, sure.
It's not anything, it's just a talk. It's not got anybody's teeth in it.
Great, that's preferable.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you say it had to be done? You can only do it to yourself. You can't.
Kind of a regeneration job.
Yeah.
So
3 around up to a maximum of 9 per day.
per day.
Or long rest, basically. And then finally, there were 4 feathers that had been glued together around a central red stone. The stone doesn't look to be of particular value, but the 4 feathers, when you pluck a feather, you can fly.
What?
Oh, correct. The effect lasts for 8 hours.
Wow.
But it is then expended, and the feather is destroyed.
So that's 4
flies
spells.
for 8 hours.
Does it require attunement?
No.
So we could pass that around as needed.
Yeah.
But I would say you can fly, I can fly, you can fly. So if you be the keeper of it, then everybody can fly if they need to at a moment's notice.
Okay.
No, I traditionally very few opportunities to Maybe if you have 3 of them, I have 1 because.
Well, I presume
As you
When
pluck
you
the
pluck
feather, you gain
Yeah,
the
but you
flight.
can
Yeah.
chuck it at you.
Oh, it's all on one thing. You can't just
yeah.
have a feather individually.
Maybe, George, you can fashion it as a brooch.
Again, no teeth, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. That night, are you taking watches?
Yes, to protect the horses.
Yes, of course.
I think I might take the first one so that I got full, uninterrupted rest after that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Still very tired.
Okay.
And I will augment my my watch with both the awakened mind and soul if he's amenable.
Well, at least we're not in any goddamn forest. That's all I'm saying.
This should be an easy one.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to go on a patrol real quick. I think I heard something.
Yeah, do this, yeah.
Great stuff.
It's the first time he's ever offered.
He's got something in mind. He sees something he wants to... I don't know what.
Give me a perception check. With
His?
advantage. Yours.
Mine. I think it's the same, actually. Oh, natural
Oh,
20.
beautiful.
I see through time.
You almost see through time. You wish you could see through time, as a matter of fact.
Indeed.
You realize that there is something that is about a mile away. This is seeing through Saul's eyes, right?
Seeing through his ears, yeah.
Yeah. Basically through his ears. Saul's doing something very weird. You're not entirely sure what's happening, but he still senses, he's still aware of things. About a mile behind you, there is this shadowy sphere that seems to be moving quite slowly, but definitely tracking. And it seems to be following the exact path that you guys took. But it moves maybe 3 or 4 feet and then it stops. And then it moves, so it's going quite slowly.
Wake you up. Darren, this is something you can still do this crazy sight in the dark thing.
I can.
Do you need it? Something, well, it's not for me. I want you to see if you're, I'm aware at this stage of your ability to follow this shadow trail because we did that together at one
I
point.
briefly discussed that I could track the shadow creature.
Yeah. Perhaps this will, I don't know. So I'll give him the general direction of where this thing is coming, and hopefully it will. What, about 300
foot. I'll be back in a
Okay.
moment, and I will step of the night into the sky and swoop low over the trees.
You love your flying, yeah.
I do love my flying.
Yeah.
So cool.
And I will through the storm. And as I'm going flying through the storm, I kind of whisper out loud, "Are you out there, Kalassi sisters?" And quietly. Oh no!
You're gonna regret that, buddy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I rolled 8%.
Oh!
8%. So they don't necessarily respond, but they may have heard you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do I feel a lightning more? Do I feel some power in the air, even though they're not talking to me directly?
You feel the hairs on the back of your neck rise as if you are being watched by one of your old tutors in one of your Twilight Order exams.
Yeah. Because I realize now I'm up kind of in the sky in the middle of a storm. I see the trees being tossed around below me, and I feel the lightning crashing around and just the nature all around me. And I've whispered the Kalassi sisters, because those are the ones who, nearly burned me alive on the top of the tower. I feel that there is something there. And I will carry on slowly, but as I'm walking, I will whisper into the air, I need answers. I know that you will not speak to me. I know I have gravely insulted you, but I will make it right. By Halvath I swear, Kalassi sisters, I will do you right. If you would help me at my moment of need. And with this feeling, he will carry on and fly through the night and try and see this black orb.
You do not have to go far.
Okay.
When you are about 500 yards away from the camp, you see this swirling purple-black flame about a half mile ahead of you. And you can see its trail slowly winding back towards where you imagine Erich Bar and that sort of thing being.
Oh, I see. Am I drawn to it in some way?
Well, you're just seeing this thing. Everything else is dark because there's rain pouring down and there's wind and the trees are busy moving about, but you see this quite clearly.
Okay, I will try again. I will turn around. Damn the fur. A little explanation, please. What is this that I'm seeing in front of me? And I will just circle around it, because I imagine that this has been dispatched from Erich Bar and it is tracking us. Of course, I feel that it is the shadow that I am charged with destroying. But do I sense any creature in the middle of this, or any power in the middle of this?
There is a group of creatures moving very, very slowly following you.
Group of creatures. Can I recognize what or who they
How
are?
close are you going to get to them?
Close enough to see who they are?
All right. You move in and you can see that it is several dwarvish humans, but they look very undead. And they are moving around slowly, sniffing, looking. And in the very center, there is this large, it almost looks like a giant head, but with bits of flesh peeling off of it. And as you are now about 100 feet away, 8 long stalks lift up from the center of its head with eyes on the edges, and they seem to be looking around.
I turn around
Yeah.
straight away and book it as quickly as possible back to camp.
And we'll see you all next week.
Undead Beholder.
All right, let us do favorite moments. Favorite moment number 11, and that is Scott.
Hello there.
Hello. Do you have a favorite moment? No?
I
All
think
boring?
actually I'm a big fan of horror, and this grotesque creature has piqued my interest,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see the awful things it intends with us.
Oh, indeed. Until next week, however, I wish you goodbye.
Bye.